Yeah. What's up, everybody? Yeah. So I hear. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? I appreciate everybody. Right? I posted my intro video yesterday, and a good brother man responded. I was almost shocked. Big ups. Appreciate. I believe it was Britain and Jamaica. So big ups. I myself, my mother from Trinidad, my father from Guyana, and I was born in America. I was born in Jersey. I currently reside in South Carolina. I just got here like 3 months ago. I was living in Maryland for about 7 years. I Before that I was in Pennsylvania for a while. I went to school. I went to college at Temple University for a while. Excuse my ashy knees. Let me stop. Yeah, all right. You know what? I'll answer the questions. The brother man said what makes me tick. I could tell you if this could be properly to illustrate, and it may sound a little wild, but I plan to take over the world. Yes, I am a musician, and that was the question that I was asked when I first started. Going on 13 years now. When I first started, so what you plan to do? So I plan to take over the world. It just came out, and when I tell you, every time someone asks me that question, that's the answer that always comes to mind. Now, something about divine, something about when you put a calling on yourself, when you feel a calling on yourself. I went into a 12-year study, amassed over 600 books. It traveled from first Black history, because it's to figure out like what's going on. That's one thing. When you start looking around, you get a little older. You're like, all right, what's going on? I'll tell you that story. What really sparked that shit? It happened in Pennsylvania. But I'll save that for another time. I'm 36 years old. I'll say that. And I've gone through Black history, African history, world history. Went all the way, took it all the way back to Atlantis and Lemuria, Egyptian pyramid study, South Africa, West Africa. You feel me? The Atlantic slave trade and slave trade, the Caribbean history. Big ups to Eric Williams. And I'm just a student of all the greats: John Henrik Clark, Ivan Van Sertima, Ishaka Musa Barashango, Theophilo Benga. Malcolm X is my number one. Nat Turner my number two. Marcus Garvey my number three. If it's to rank people, you already know they're all greats. But ultimately, I have an extreme revolutionary spirit. Now, I could tell you, one of the main reasons is because it's really about a person's mind. You understand? And it's the whole enlightenment, and we hear all these catchwords and phrases like manifestation and things of this nature. So as to dive deep. So going back to how my study progressed over the years, it got into about another Delbert Blair, Dr. Delbert Blair, huge influence. Brother Bobby Hemmett, huge influence. And everybody came at the time that they was supposed to hit. You understand? Because you got people like John Henry Clark more so dealing with just history, right? You got people like Delbert Blair dealing with metaphysics, right? And then you got people like Bobby Hemmett dealing with the occult sciences. You understand? So you don't attack these things until you're ready, because especially when you get into something like the occult sciences, if you're too, I don't disrespect, but the Jesus juice, as people call it. I'll explain that. Again, no disrespect, because there's a power in calling on the name Jesus Christ, and we'll get into that a little later or another time, right? However, you'd have to get to the understanding that religion and spirituality is kind of two different things. So if you start to move more to a spirituality, you'll start to see all the cracks and the codes into the okie doke of the religion. Right now, I was raised Catholic. You know what I'm saying? To this day, my mother goes to Catholic church. I just went with her just the other day. And oh my. Side note on that, you talking about Masonic stuff. You got all type of occult imagery all over the place. But again, these are all, we can get into all of that stuff. I'm just giving like a deeper type of intro of where I'm coming from. Because again, big ups to the brother man, because that's, that's very interesting, ultimately, me, or you choose to click my video in a sense, and it's best to understand where I'm coming from in the very beginning, so we could just go. You understand? Yeah, I mean, from the, when you start to move, then you start to things like crystals and what they do, and the sign of the cross versus the sign of the Ankh and stuff like that. And alchemy, changing anything to gold and things like that, and how everything ultimately is a mental process in one's mind. The significance of melanin, significance of the pineal gland, the dark matter, the black dot, and how all of these aspects is funneled into all of the religions. You know what I mean? Like there's aspects like we're coming off of the Piscean age, going into the Aquarian age. Oh, we already in there, right? But we getting deep into the Aquarian age, the new Aeon, things like that. So, again, I wanna completely structure, because I could just start ranting, right? So I wanna completely structure. I'm going to completely structure my future videos so that we could, specific topics. And again, bring the comments. I appreciate, brother. Bring the comments, anything cats want to hear and things like that. Now again, and not again, I didn't say it as of yet. Also, I've gotten into tarot and stuff like that. Now I know there's a trillion tarot readers out there, so I ain't even gonna bug y'all with saying that's gonna be the only thing, because y'all could just go. I could even recommend cats for y'all to go to. You know what I'm saying? Not saying not. You already know. However, I think it's more so to just kick it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love humanity. I'm Pisces, to get into that first deacon Pisces, February 26th. So that's most spiritual, water of water, the deepest of deepest, you know what I mean? So I can't separate me from people. And that ultimately ends up being the point of the spiritual journey, how we all is one. You know what I'm saying? We all reside in the mind of the supreme eminence. Which it's a very awesome conversation. I can't wait to have that with y'all, because if we talk about the Yoruba religion, Yoruba Ifa, and that type of spiritual system with the Orishas, we have, the main eternal God, which is Olorun, and then we have Olumadare, right? The creator God, right? So we have various religions talk about that there is a creator God and then there's an eternal God. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, which God people praying to and things like that. Now my personal belief is that ain't nobody wrong. The Hermetic principle, all is half truths. Everybody right. Whatever you believe at this particular moment is completely correct, okay? Don't let nobody tell you anything otherwise. Once your soul grasps something different, then run with it. You know what I'm saying? And we got ample information online. You could sit there and you could dig in. You got archive.org. You could damn near download anything you could even think of in terms of study. Because that's one thing that's definitely, as I said, I amassed over 600 books. I donated them because, you got to kind of relinquish cargo. If you really want to go forward, you got to let things go. Because them books started to haunt a brother. Imagine walking past books and you're like, that too, I had days where I had to kind of do this, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of relax. Anyways, I look forward to it, to be honest, because This is all part of the mix. And I'm also a musician. I play the guitar, I sing, and all that stuff. So that's a whole avenue that when I start performing, is those videos and things like that. And all that is coming. Oh, yeah, for real, for real. So I just wanted to touch base and to say hi and say big ups, brother man. Big ups, everyone. You know, I know all you're having a good day. I know all you're having a good, gonna have a good evening, and everything is awesome and wonderful. And peace and blessings to everyone. I love y'all dearly, and I will see y'all soon, right?